Fact.
More than that. Everybody more than that. Shit.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that. But bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like
Lil Durk's fall is something for the history books, and his dramatic arrest will see him remembered for a long time because he tried to make a run for it. According to the feds, the Chicago rapper had tried throwing off the authorities with the oldest trick in the book, but was later arrested just before he could pull it off. Man, this Lil Durk saga keeps getting wild, and you'll definitely need to sit down for this one. Lil Durk arrested trying to flee the country when news broke out that Chicago rapper Lil Durk had been arrested. No one was prepared for the actual details of the arrest because they are wild. As it turns out, the feds have been keeping tabs on him for a long time. The FBI had even infiltrated his gang and knew his every move. It was during this period of heightened surveillance that the FBI learned of Lil Durk's attempts to leave the country. According to the indictment, U.S. Customs and Border Protection alerted the FBI when Durk booked 2 one-way flights to Dubai and Switzerland. On October 24, these bookings raised immediate red flags as they suggested an attempt to evade the legal consequences of the unfolding indictment. While Lil Durk did not board the flight to Dubai or Switzerland, the situation took a more dramatic turn when the FBI discovered that he had also arranged for a private plane to depart Miami and arrive in Italy. This revelation added a new layer of urgency to the investigation, prompting law enforcement to act swiftly. The timing of these bookings, coupled with the serious charges facing his associates, painted a picture of a man on the run seeking refuge from the storm of legal troubles closing in on him. On the evening of Thursday, October 24, FBI agents moved in to arrest Lil Durk at the Miami area airport. The arrest took place around 8 p.m. Just an hour before his scheduled departure to Italy. The swift action by law enforcement ensured that Lil Durk would not evade justice as he was transported to Broward County Jail pending a conspiracy murder for hire charge. Duro's arrest story is wild, but what's even more crazy is what led to his arrest. And let's just say the rapper was moving different and reckless, because he wasn't the only one who was arrested. The story begins with the tragic death of Chicago rapper King Von in 2020. A close associate of Lil Durk, King Von's death sent shockwaves through the music industry and sparked a series of events that would eventually lead to the arrest of several OTF members. The federal indictment reveals that 5 individuals associated with OTF: Kayvon London Grant, DeAndre Del Wilson, Keith Jones, David Brian Lindsay, and ASA Houston, were charged in Los Angeles with plotting to kill rapper Quando Rondo. This plot is believed to be a retaliatory act linked to the circumstances surrounding King Von's death. As law enforcement intensified their investigation into the activities of OTF, they uncovered a web of connections and communication that suggested a coordinated effort to target Quando Rondo. The indictment details how these individuals allegedly conspired to carry out the murder for hire plot, which ultimately led to their arrests. Court documents alleged that the 5 men used OTF-affiliated credit cards to book flights and rental cars to the scene of the shooting, and now they are faced with grave charges, including murder for hire involving a death and the use of a machine gun in a violent crime. What's crazy is that Durk might be in cuffs because one of his mans told on him. The indictment details how a dude named OTF Jam, a trusted member of the crew, played a crucial role in the investigation. Jam, who had been released from prison in 2022 after serving 12 years for attempted murder, was identified as an informant who had been cooperating with authorities for years. His decision to wear a wire and provide information to law enforcement was a betrayal that no one saw coming, especially Lil Durk. According to the indictment, Jam's recordings and the information he provided were key in linking Durk to the murder for hire plot. The plot itself was a meticulous, planned operation with OTF members allegedly discussing payments and logistics on the day of the alleged attempt on Bowman's life. OTF related credit cards were reportedly used to book flights for those involved in the hit to return to Chicago. These transactions, combined with Jam's recordings, formed the backbone of the case against Durk. Jam, a longtime member of OTF, was considered a brother by Lil Durk. During Jam's 12-year incarceration for attempted murder, Durk stood by him, providing financial support and ensuring that Jam's needs were met. This included in legal fees, purchasing a house and car, and gifting him more than $50,000 in cash. Gave you 50 BR, you know. Facts fact, but can you tell us how much he gave? Or you don't want to? Even we ain't got to get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like Durk's actions proved the loyalty that OTF was built upon making Jam's decision to cooperate with author is a shocking breach of trust, but what OTF Jam revealed to the cops showed that Durkia was moving mad reckless and that he was determined to slide for Vaughn. How Durk tried to kill Quando Rondo. The conflict between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo is rooted in a series of events that have unfolded over the years, culminating in a dramatic and violent confrontation. The tension between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo can be traced back to their affiliations and the tragic events of November 6, 2020. On that night, OTF rapper King Vav, a close friend and collaborator of Lil Durk, was killed outside an Atlanta nightclub. The altercation began as a physical fight between Vav and Quando Rondo, escalating into gunfire when a member of Rondo's entourage allegedly shot Vaughn multiple times, resulting in his death. CCTV footage showed V approaching fellow rapper Quando Rondo and punching him to the ground. Vaughn's guys joined in and started raining blows on Quando as he tried in vain to get away from his attackers. In a split second, one of Chu's homeboy, who was later identified as Lil Tim, appeared from behind their vehicle with a gun in hand and started letting off shots. As everyone ran away, Vav was hit on his torso. He would later die from his gunshot wounds while in hospital. The loss of King Von shocked the hip-hop community, intensifying existing rivalries and igniting new ones for Lil Durk. The death of his friend was not only a personal tragedy but also a catalyst for further animosity towards Quando Rondo. Rumors began to circulate that Durk had placed a bounty on Rondo's head, fueling speculation and fear within the industry. Turns out it was actually true. According to court documents, OTF Jam told cops that after V's death, Durk used coded language to tell OTF members that he would pay a bounty to anyone who would take part in killing Quando Rondo. Durk's cousin DeAndre Wilson also told OTF members that anyone who took part in the murder would be rewarded with lucrative music opportunities with OTF, which was also a music label. As the months passed, the tension simmered beneath the surface, with both artists continuing to release music and engage with their fan bases. However, the unresolved conflict loomed large, casting a shadow over their careers and personal lives. By August 2022, the situation reached a boiling point. According to federal court records, Lil Durk's associates allegedly learned that Quando Rondo was staying at a hotel in Los Angeles. This information set off a chain of events that would culminate in a carefully planned murder plot. The events of August 18, 2022 marked a pivotal moment in the ongoing conflict between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo. On this day, a carefully orchestrated plan was set into motion, aiming to ambush and eliminate Quando Rondo in the heart of Los Angeles. The details of this plot, as revealed through federal court records, paint a chilling picture of the lengths to which individuals were willing to go in pursuit of vengeance. The day began with Lil Durk's associates DeAndre Wilson, Keith Jones, David Lindsay, and ASA Houston arriving in Los Angeles. They had traveled from Chicago to San Diego and then driven to Los Angeles, allegedly using funds provided by Durk himself. The group was determined to carry out their mission with precision and stealth, avoiding any direct links to Durk by following his alleged instructions to avoid booking flights under names associated with him. The feds revealed that they obtained information from Durk's iCloud, where he warned them not to book anything in his name. However, despite the warning, they still went ahead and booked the flights using a credit card linked to Lil Durk and OTF. Upon their arrival, the OTF members met with Con Grant, a top associate who had flown to Los Angeles on a private jet. Grant played a crucial role in facilitating the operation, securing hotel accommodations for the group, purchasing ski masks, and obtaining 2 luxury sedan hands to be used in the ambush. According to court records, Grant also provided Jones and Lindsay with firearms, including one that had been converted into a machine gun, further escalating the potential for violence. As the day unfolded, the group allegedly began tracking Quando Rondo and his associate Robinson as they traveled around Los Angeles in a Cadillac Escalade. Their journey took them to various locations, including a marijuana dispensary and a clothing store in West Hollywood. Detention was palpable as the suspects followed their targets, waiting for the opportune moment to strike. The climax of the day events occurred at a gas station across from the Beverly Center, a bustling area in the heart of Los Angeles. Here, ACA Houston allegedly parked his car strategically behind the station, setting the stage for the ambush. As Quando Rondo and Robinson stopped at the gas station, Jones and Lindsay reportedly exited their vehicle armed and ready to execute their plan. In a dramatic turn of events, the suspects opened fire, unleashing a hail of bullets.